Well, thank you for the introduction. You said my full government name. And I have a few slides just to kind of help me, as mentioned, as a professor, I like to have a little something to kind of help structure me. And so I wanted to just do something very short, because I know this is non-traditional for your organization to have your award ceremony on WebEx, but this may be our new normal, and we're going to make the best of it. So with this, Ms. Althea, if you could put it in presentation mode. Thank you. So I did want to start, and it's a little off because I had to last minute change it to Google Slides versus PowerPoint. But I wanted to congratulate all the scholars. I was quickly looking at your names and your school affiliations and your majors. And I'm just so proud of you and all that you're doing in the field of STEM. And it was great to see the video and seeing your faces, not just your names. And so I'm very proud of you, and congratulations on receiving this wonderful award. The next slide, please. When we think of STEM, the faces of STEM, especially when I grew up, every time I had a science book, a math book, every time you saw STEM, either if it's a young person, an old person, they all didn't look like me. And so, some of the challenges that we have with STEM is making sure that it's representative of all, because STEM is something that is so universal and used by all of us, and especially and we need to make sure it's diverse, to make sure all of our needs and issues are addressed. And things that are very simple and common, sometimes people think, oh, when you have different people at the table, you realize how important the diversity of the field is. As mentioned, my undergraduate degree is in engineering, and I've worked for Procter & Gamble. I worked in a pulp and paper industry, and my last job before I went into education was actually working for the U.S. Army, where I worked in munitions. And so I made big rounds that went into the tanks. And one of the research that I was doing on even just bullets, working with soldiers, and actually realizing how our soldiers were actually using the weapons, and how different soldiers were using the weapons, really helped us understand why diversity matters. So some of them were using them not just as weapons, but they were using them as can holders. And so, can openers. And so realizing that, it really helped us really reshape our design so they could no longer pry open cans with weapons, because that's not a good idea. So making sure you can have conversations with your end users, and knowing who your end users are is always important. And sometimes when the face of STEM isn't as diverse, sometimes the all end users aren't taken into account. So on the next slide, I want to show you what, when I think of STEM, and when I was preparing for this talk, what does STEM look like to me? And so these are my friends, and they range from, some have doctorates in chemical engineering. All of us have degrees. Well, the majority of us have undergraduate degrees in chemical engineering. Some of them have doctorates in engineering, chemical engineering. Some of them have doctorates in environmental science. One has gone on to be a pediatric lung doctor. I can't remember the technical term, but that's what she does. And then I have another friend who's doing wonderful things in oil and gas. And so for me, when I think about you as scholars and in your future, I'm just happy to see that your faces are also going to be the face of STEMs, because we need you. When I walk UTC and I go into our engineering building, that's where the STEM education program is housed. Your faces are needed. Your faces are needed at UTC and at your respective campuses. And more importantly, you're needed in the field. And so next slide, I want you to think about all the places you will go. And so as mentioned in that brief bio, although my undergraduate degree is in engineering, I call myself a non-practicing engineer. So traditionally, if I were coming to Chattanooga when my husband my husband actually works for TVA and nuclear security. Traditionally, I would have probably tried to find a job at the plant too, at one of the sites and worked in that field, but I chose a different path. I chose a non-traditional path for an engineer. But the fact that I had my degree in engineering really does give me a leg up. It makes me think differently. So even though I'm in education, I get tasked all the time to think and help troubleshoot some things, because the way in which my mind thinks is more like it is an engineer. So I think differently and I process things differently. And so with me, my engineering degree, although I'm not practicing using it, has really opened up doors just because I can say I'm a chemical engineer and I have done that work. And so for you, don't feel that you're so limited to just what your degree credentials say you can do. With your engineering degree, you can literally go anywhere and do anything and develop all wonderful types of solutions to help enhance the world and just make the world fun. And so the last slide that I have here is going to be you. So your picture is where we're heading for. So the whole purpose of this scholarship is so in the next 5 to 10 years, we will be talking about you. And when I give the slides as far as, who is the face of STEM, it would be your face. And I look forward to being able to go to your Facebook page and steal one of your pictures like I did my friends for this presentation and highlight you and all the wonderful contributions you have made to the field of STEM. So congratulations to all the scholars, and it's been my pleasure just to kind of speak words and speak life into you and say, keep going. I know it may be a challenge, but you've got it, and we're looking forward to seeing your picture in a few years. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Ellis. That was great. Great information, great advice, great encouragement.
Hi, my name is Juan Perez and I'm a computer science major at Georgia Tech. I am thankful for the scholarship from the American Association of Blacks in Energy because it is extremely helpful for my studies. It's helpful because it'll let me focus on my studies instead of spending time getting a part-time job to pay for school. My current plans for the future are to focus on my studies and learn as much as I can about programming. And I'm interested in becoming a web developer, so I'll focus on creating projects and finding an internship to improve my skills and allow me to get a good job.
Hello, my name is Anthony Tom. I am a nuclear engineering major at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. I would like to thank the East Tennessee chapter of the American Association of Blacks in Energy for providing me with this scholarship. It will help me achieve my goals in both university and afterwards in delivering and researching clean power to the United States. Once again, thank you very much for this scholarship.
Hello, my name is John Terrell Scott. I'm a student at Tennessee Technological University here in Cookeville, Tennessee. Currently, I am pursuing a major in electrical engineering and hopefully a minor in business later on. With the crisis going on and with us having to stay at home, again, we really appreciate your support. Just knowing that someone's out there trying to help us African American students pursue a career in energy, man, it shows a lot. And right now, my plans after I graduate college is I want to work in an energy plant, specifically working with commodities and analyzing them and working on circuit boards. And that's actually what I do on the side as far as the hobbies that I had. I do day trading as well. I'm a stock trader. I work out a lot, I play video games, but also I go on the internet. I like to read a lot about circuit boards. It's actually a lot of fun to me. And having this scholarship, it just shows that you're helping out financially and morally, because I know somebody's out there to support us, and I can't wait to make all these networking connections. Again, thank you, and I hope you guys have a blessed day, and we'll get through this together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Evan Spears, junior in physical education major at Alabama A&M University, and I would like to thank you, the American Association of Blacks in Energy, Eastern Tennessee chapter, for awarding me this scholarship. I will use this scholarship award to further my education in the fields of food, exercise, and overall health science. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the scholars. I know 2021 is going to be a different year. It's going to be our new normal, but I know if anyone can handle it, you can. And I know you will make us all proud in all that you do inside and outside the traditional and or the virtual classroom. Congratulations.